Hello again, and welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the report. And we're going to go with another prepping acronym. And this one is going to be M.A.G or MAG. And I've heard it in a couple of different ways, but probably two of the most common ones is mutual assistance group or mutual aid group. Basically meaning the same thing depending on the situation. If you're providing aid, you're usually providing assistance. But in the prepping community, a MAG or mutual assistance or mutual aid group is a group that you form to basically be a mutual assistance. It's a group of people that you have gathered together, and you are going to utilize everybody's strengths to overcome weaknesses to bring power and numbers and give you a greater chance of survival of whatever the situation that arises, whatever comes about. And I fully support that. Now, there's other ones of people just call them groups or tribes or, a family. Um, there's all sorts of ones, but MAG or mutual assistance group is quite popular. So if you haven't heard that term, because this channel is for people that is very new, just getting started, all that, maybe you have not heard that term, or you've heard it and you don't know what it means. And so lone wolfing it is not the best. I am an advocate for do not do this alone. There's a lot in the prepping community that I've watched different channels that are advocates and say, do it alone. That if you want to do something right, you do it yourself. And I get it. I fully get it. At least to the point that I see their point of view. I disagree with it. But everybody is different. Every situation is different. And there are certain situations that lone wolfing it actually might be better. And you also don't want to be too big, because the small groups tend to fare better. That is why when you do things in, say, like military, that's why there is special operations. Special operations is not, let's send 1,000 guys in. They are usually small tactical 6-man, 12-man, whatever teams that go in, because a small group of highly trained, highly motivated people can get the job done a lot better than sending 1,000. Um, and honestly, in my opinion, when the balloon goes up, when the big event happens, at the end of the world as we know it is going, having small groups is probably going to be the best. And again, this is an opinion. I'm sure I'll get hate mail and trolls and everything else that disagree, and that's fine. But having a small group is going to be better than lone wolfing it by far and having a monstrous group. Having a small group, team, tribe, what have you, is going to, one, it's going to be a smaller footprint. It's going to be easier to work together, easier for everybody's voices to be heard. It shares the workload. It gives you a little bit of redundancy. There's just multiple risks. To have way too big of a group, not everybody's voice is going to get heard. You're going to have some sort of representational rule, or you're going to have some sort of chain of command. And then when something happens, then you're going to have question, and then I can do it better. And there's a lot of infighting and whatnot. Plus, the longer the situation goes on, you have many more mouths to feed, many more medical things that can happen. You have to have a larger footprint. There's just a lot that seems to go on with that. So, sorry, just saying hi to a neighbor. So, it's one of those ones that different situations is definitely going to go through and require different ones. Now, in the mutual assistance group, in my eyes, my opinion, again, when something really bad happens, then it's going to end up being by yourself is probably not going to be your best option. Now, the people that's going to go do it by themselves will either not survive or they will be herded into a group whether they like it or not. Because you have to eat, you have to sleep, you have to go to the bathroom. There's just a lot. And so you cannot be on guard 24/7 for weeks on end. And, nobody has your back. And so more than likely, you're either going to not survive or you're going to get rounded up and then you're going to get put in with a group. And either that group is going to be extremely bad or that group is going to basically hostilely force you to join. So you're not even going to get to pick. You may not get along with those people. You may not agree with their morals and values. There's just a lot of reasons into it. So while it is a relatively peace time, if you are new to this, now would be the perfect time to either form your own or join a already established MAG. So that way you can mutually aid and assist each other. So that way you can grow stronger. So that way you can learn and utilize the talents of everybody. You can get different forms of information. You can have people researching the same thing or people doing the same thing, but from different aspects and coming at it from different ways. And you guys can learn from each other. There's a lot of different things of training, food growing, different types of repairs, and just basic general knowledge that you can learn and feed off of each other. You guys can trade, barter, um, and probably one of the most fun things that I have seen is that they will actually have different, I don't know what you want to call it, because not everybody is, going to be in the same MAG. So say that I start a MAG and I want no more than 20 people. That includes family members, that's kids, elderly, whatever, no more than 20. Well, I get, Joe Bob that joins and he wants, his friend to join. And I go, nope, sorry. You either join mine or you can join his. But, I've only got space for one. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're cut off from his friend. And what they can do is Joe Bob's friend can join MAG Group B, and it ends up being that my MAG trains, operates, and organizes and does its stuff. And MAG B does the same thing in their way, in their area, and all that. And that occasionally we can work together. Occasionally we can share and we stay friendly. And, if nothing ever happens, there's no reason that you guys can't talk and share ideas and do different things without doing, full on everything. And if something goes bad, you kind of have a backup group for your group. You have a trade partner. You have, a team that you can team up with. And so it doesn't necessarily mean that you can't work together with other MAGs and other groups. Think of it as military terms or anything else, or even law enforcement or whatever, that the sheriff works with the local police, or the state troopers work with the National Guard or whatever. You're all fighting on the same side, and you guys all have kind of similar trainings or kind of at least a lumped together similar point of view or goals, let's say. And so it doesn't necessarily mean that every single person outside of your group is a quote unquote enemy or potential enemy or whatever. So I encourage you, especially if you're new or even if you're a mid or upper, make sure that if you have an established MAG or if you're going to be joining a MAG, to find other MAGs and work together with them. And you start out small and you don't do anything will give up OPSEC or anything like that, because those can turn south very, very quickly. But it's one of those ones that 2 is 1 and 1 is none. And so let's say that my MAG is 20 people, their MAG is 20 people, and the one over here is 20 people. Let's say that MAG C gets attacked and they kind of get overrun, and now they're down to 5. Okay, well, they can come over to me temporarily until we sort some things out. Let's say that disease or whatever comes through, and 6 of my people don't make it through. And so now I'm down to absorbing their 5. I've lost some, so now I'm down to the numbers of 19. And so there's a lot that goes into this. There's a lot of scenarios. There's a lot of just all sorts of things that we can go, well, this could happen or that could happen, or what happens if the sky turns pink and the grass turns liquid, whatever. I get it. Right now we're all just kind of arguing semantics and throwing out so many what ifs. It's going to be difficult to prepare for absolutely everything, but the biggest thing on this one is MAG. Find a MAG, find a group, make your own. Even if if that's the way that you want to do it, make your own. There's multiple places to do this. You can search online, you can search locally. As I drop the camera, and maybe I'll go through, because this video is running a little bit longer than what I wanted it to. Maybe we'll do a video on how to create or find other preppers or whatnot. So with that, we're going to wrap this up, because this went a little longer than what I wanted. So do all the fun YouTube things, little bell for notifications so you can see all the future content. Like, subscribe, share this, throw a little comment down there, and check us out over on the Facebook channel. And with that, remember, prep or living, stay united. We're all prepping those together.